Hi, I'm Paula. Thank you so much for joining us for the Whole30 Challenge. If you've already decided to accept the challenge, please be sure to subscribe down below. Once you hit subscribe, a little bell will pop up and you'll want to click that so that you get notified anytime I add new content. I want to just take a few minutes and tell you what to expect and how we can work together to create success for both of us. Because believe it or not, you are going to be a huge part to my success. Now, you may wonder how on earth you can do that from where you are. Well, by doing these videos for you and talking through it with you, you're going to help hold me accountable to my health goals. Now, a lot of people think accountability is a four-letter word. It's not, it's actually 14. And I know there's some of you probably now going A-C-C. Trust me, it's 14. What accountability is it's really just being or accepting complete responsibility for your actions and the choices that you make. As an example, I could tell you that I'm unhealthy now because I've traveled so much for the last 13 months and I've spent 4 days out of the week somewhere else, and it's really hard for me to maintain a healthy diet, and that's why I'm in the state I'm in. Or I could tell you that my allergies have been so insane and I've been taking these steroids and my face is really puffy and I'm retaining fluid and it's made me gain weight, and that's why I'm unhealthy. But you know, what it boils down to is you can have reasons or results. And I personally am ready for results. So I'm taking accountability, and this is one of the ways that I'm doing that. Now, what you can expect from me in these videos, first and foremost, full transparency. If it's tough on me, if it was hard for me not to cheat, if I was a little bit cranky because I'm missing sugar, because that's going to be the big one for me, I'm going to let you know. You know, if we can't laugh at ourselves, who can we laugh at, right? So next, you can expect regularly added content. I'm going to try to do videos, I don't know, every few days, once a week, every few days as we go through this process. Tips, recipes that actually taste good, and then encouragement, maybe a little entertainment along the way. My life can be quite entertaining at times, and so, you know, if you find joy in that, I'll certainly be willing to share that with you. Lastly, a positive environment. No whining, no complaining, no judgment, and no energy vampires. Now, you may say, what on earth is an energy vampire? An energy vampire is someone who is so negative that they suck all the positivity right out of you. I learned about energy vampires from one of my favorite authors, John Gordon. He has a book called The Energy Bus. I highly recommend it. It's a very quick but powerful read. I've actually gifted it many, many times and done 3 book clubs on it. So if you know John Gordon, tell him thank you. I enjoyed the book, and hopefully I'll get to read the rest of his books sometime in the near future. Also, you'll notice that there's a comment section right down here. Feel free to comment, ask questions, but also stay positive with those comments and questions. If you have something encouraging to say to someone, please do that. And be careful, because sometimes you can see someone that'll come on that's maybe not as positive. Maybe they're a professional victim. A professional victim is someone that something's always wrong with them. You know, this diet will work for you, but it doesn't work for me. Nothing ever works for me. And if you just allow them to, they will drag you right down with them. So choose to ignore comments like that. That's what I plan on doing. So we will keep this a positive and encouraging environment all the way through. So on to the Whole30. What you should know is that I am a real estate productivity coach. I am not a diet coach. I am not a professional Whole30 coach. I'm not a dietitian, and I am not a doctor. I'm just a regular, average, everyday woman that's ready to take control of her health and give you my 2 cents along the way. So if there's ever any concerns about anything, please, please contact your doctor. Okay, the Whole30 was designed to change your relationship with food. It's designed to change the way you think about food, the way you think about your health, your body, your life, everything. The best way to get all the details is for you to actually get the Whole30 book. This is a great book. It's going to walk you through all the hows and the whys and all of those questions that you have. And then it's going to give you a list of foods that you can have. And it's going to give you a whole bunch of recipes. Some of the basic core recipes too that you'll use in any Whole30 recipe that you use. Because like the mayonnaise is used to make the ranch dressing and different things like that. So I highly recommend this book. You can see it's thick. It's got a lot of information in it. So if it's something that you can go purchase, be sure that you go do that. I promise, if you'll just stick with what's in the book for 30 days, just give it 30 days, you will be amazed at how you feel. Forget about the scales. Forget about how much weight you lose or how many inches you lose. The way that you feel will be incredible. Now, speaking of scales, you're going to want to go ahead and get your weight and get your measurements the night before you start the Whole30, because that's the last time you can get on those scales or take those measurements until the 30 days is up. So do it and then go hide the scales. Better yet, give them to somebody and say, do not let me have these scales. Go hide them and don't give them to me till the 30 days is up, because that is part of the program. You're supposed to be focusing on how you feel and your health and your overall well-being, not the numbers on the scales. You'll be happy when you get to the end of the month. Trust me on that, okay? Hide the scales or have someone take them from you, because if you're like me, they're going to be pretty tempting. Also, consider buying the Whole30 cookbook. This is just solid recipes. You can see that I've still got some tabs in there that were some of my favorites. Now, you can get recipes on Pinterest as well. I found a lot of great recipes on Pinterest. What you need to know about that is they are not all Whole30 compliant. They will even say Whole30 because that's, you know, something that is very popular. But what you need to do is you need to look at these two books and make sure that you have a really clear understanding of the things that you can eat and the things that you can't eat, so that when you look at those recipes on Pinterest, like I said, I found a lot of good ones there, but I had to be very careful because there were things in there that you just can't have on the diet, okay? Now, the way that the Whole30 diet works is it's designed to be a reset button, okay? A reset button because there are certain foods that we eat that can have a negative impact on our health and overall well-being. You won't know what those foods are until you remove them from your diet and then reintroduce them later. So here's the thing. If you're like me, when you hear this list of foods that I'm going to give you, you're going to go, there's no way. There's no way I can do it. I can't take all of that out. What the heck am I supposed to eat? It's so much easier than you think it is. So just know I'm about to give you the list. And if you have that reaction, I had the same one. Okay? So the foods that you need to remove are added sugar. Anything that's naturally reoccurring in the foods that they tell you you can have is fine, but nothing with added sugar, no artificial sweeteners. I don't care if it's stevia or whatever, no artificial sweeteners for 30 days. All alcohol, all grains, even whole grains, legumes including peanuts and soy, and nearly all forms of dairy. Okay? Don't freak out. It's going to be okay. There is a quote that I like in their book, and I'm going to read it to you real quick. It's at the very, very beginning, and this is what it says. It is not hard. Don't you dare tell us this is hard. Quitting heroin, that's hard. Beating cancer is hard. Drinking your coffee black is not hard. And you know what? They're right. It's not hard. It's just a matter of getting used to the new program that you're going to be on for 30 days. The first 3 to 5 days are going to be your most difficult. Okay, it's the same way anytime you try something new. Your first 3 to 5 days are your most difficult. By the time you get to day 10, you feel so good, or you start to feel so good, you don't care what you can't eat or what you can't drink. It doesn't matter. You're just ready to keep on going, and every day you start to feel better and better. When I tell you you're going to be amazed at how your body feels just in general, you truly will. So the things that were hard for you to give up, or even really hard for you to not get on the scales because you were curious, it's not going to matter once you get to that point, because you will just feel great. Okay? Now, are you still committed? Are you still with me? I hope that you are. For those of you that are, this is what you need to do to prepare. First of all, get the book. Okay? If for whatever reason you can't get the book, you can't find it, or maybe because it's Christmas time you just can't afford it right now, go to the website www.whole30.com, and they've got a lot of the information on there for you. Get yourself some meal prep containers. My daughter helped me find these online. I used these when I was traveling back and forth. I like them. The first ones I got actually had dividers in them, and I liked it because some of the juice that you could have on some of the meats, I didn't really want the vegetables soaking it up. So I liked the divided version of these. These are very, very affordable online. You can also use Glad containers. You may already have some. You are going to want to meal prep. You're just going to want to do it because it will make your week so much easier, especially if you have to make dinner for your family. Because if you're like me, sometimes you'll have a weak moment and you might make a weak decision, and you might eat something that you're maybe not supposed to eat or that's not Whole30 compliant. And the deal is, it doesn't matter if you're on day 3 or day 13 or day 23. If you get off of the program, you have to start all over again. And I don't know about you, but I don't care if it's day 3, day 13, or 23. I don't want to start all over again. That's painful. You can do it. You can do anything for 30 days. So consider meal prepping. And we'll tell you more about that. I'm going to do a whole video on that, and you'll see how easy it is, and it'll make your life so easy. You're just going to breeze right through these 30 days, and you just go get a container from the fridge and move forward. As a matter of fact, I have meal prepped breakfast, but breakfast is something that I kind of like doing fresh, and I have time to do fresh. But when I traveled, I would meal prep my breakfast too, and it's just easier. So start picking out recipes. That's the next step. Go in the Whole30 book that you get. If you get the cookbook, just go through and see, what interests you. For me, especially in the beginning, there are some things in there that are just kind of like comfort foods. And, because I love food, that was one of the things that I wanted, not just in the beginning, but kind of over and over. And as long as it's Whole30 compliant, it's fine. One of my favorite recipes is this, it almost tastes like Salisbury steak. It's some kind of a beef recipe, and anyway, we'll get into that. But look at it, because you're gonna want some more comfort foods in the beginning so you don't feel like you're on a diet. Okay, a lot of the things within this program, you just don't feel like it's a diet, and it's really not. It's just a life change. You're having the same foods, just with different ingredients. And then you're going to want to look at getting some staples. Some of them, not like staples, right, but like staple items that we use a lot in the program. Cans of coconut milk are one of those. Now, you may think, oh, that is so gross. I don't even like coconut. Well, you don't have to like coconut to use coconut milk, okay? Unless you have an allergy to it. Coconut milk is something that you're going to use a lot. It's one of the ingredients that you can use to make some of the creamy sauces that go on the dishes that make you feel like you're not eating something that's on a diet. Okay, so you're going to want cans of coconut milk. There's also something called cocoa aminos. It's COCO and then AMINOS. I wish I had a bottle to show you. I need to order some. You can get them at like a Whole Foods place, or maybe a Sprouts if they have those by you. You can also order them online. It saves you a little bit of money, and you can get a couple of them at a time. It kind of tastes like soy sauce. Okay, and they use it in certain dishes. My favorite dish that I just told you about that was made with beef and kind of reminded me of like a Salisbury steak, it calls for that in there. So we always bought a lot of that. And then also, you're going to want to buy in bulk, probably, or in larger containers, light olive oil. You will use that in making Whole30 approved ranch and mayonnaise. And I promise you, adding that in with the program is just going to transform it for you. It will enhance the meals that you can have in your whole experience, and you will love it. I didn't have it maybe my first week on Whole30. Maybe it was my second week when I did that. And it was so great. I wanted ranch made for me fresh every single week, because I would have it on different vegetables, of course, have it on my salads. So you're going to want to have some of that, because you do use quite a bit of it when you're making that. Now, the next video is going to be going into some of the preparing you to go to the grocery store, how to get your list organized and together so that you can just go there, get the stuff you need, and get out, because grocery store is kind of a dangerous place to go when you're trying to make a lifestyle change. We're going to talk about what to buy where, what stores you can get better deals from, what stores you may want to order things online through, different things like that. And then some of the must-have items, like I've mentioned the ranch a couple of times. Clearly I liked it. I wasn't even a ranch girl until I did the Whole30 and had the Whole30 ranch. Anyway, so just a couple of items that you're going to want to enhance your experience, and then basically just how to get prepared and how to get ready to prep your meals. The next video will be going through the food prep, showing you what that looks like, showing you what you need to do and the best way to organize that so that you can do that over next weekend. Now, the start date for me is January 2nd, 2017, which means I'm going to prep next weekend and then I'm going to start on January 2nd. If you can't start on that day, it's okay. The videos will be there. You just let your day one be whenever your day one is, and you keep up with it. So if I put a video out that says day 3, that's okay. That's just your day 3. And I don't really care what day you watch it, but it's going to be there for you. So I'm starting January 2nd. Now, I hope that if you were not fully committed when we started the video, that you are fully committed now. Don't forget to hit subscribe down here and then click the bell for notifications so that you'll see as soon as my video comes out. Also, like my video. Put a like on there so I know that this was helpful for you, so that I know that you're with me and we're going to get through this together, and that I know that the content that I've put in the video is something that is helpful. Okay? And then third, I would just ask you, who do you know that should be going on this journey with you? You know, when I decided to do this, I put it out on my Facebook and I said, hey, who wants to do this together? Well, you know, if I put something out there on YouTube and gave the instructions and kind of went along, would you want to do it? 30 people said yes. 30 people, that's awesome. The first time I went through this, I had 2 friends that did it with me, and it just gave me a buddy to text with, and it was really, really helpful. So who do you know that should be doing this with you? Copy the link and share this with them. Send them here, ask them to subscribe, and get someone to do it with you. That will be really powerful in you getting through this. And then lastly, I just want to thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for agreeing to go through this with me and the big part that you'll play in my success. I hope that these videos will just help give you the boost that you need and the encouragement that you need as you go through this process to becoming the best you can be. Until next time, get your prep stuff done, look at the books, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye-bye.